Yo, what is good, YouTube? We are back with another video. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are hitting that like button and that sub button. 2K24 is just a couple months away, and you guys already know that I'm going to have content coming out every single day. But for right now, we're just kind of breezing through the rest of 2K23. There's just not a lot of content to drop. There's not any free challenges to talk about. There's not anything really interesting that's coming out other than packs. This is the point in the year where 2K is just trying to squeeze every last dollar they can out of everybody before the new game comes out and all these cards don't matter anymore. But with that being said, today we're going to be getting into the market crash that is going to be coming to my team this week. As I'm recording this, it is Monday, July 17th. So we're going to have packs coming out Tuesday, and we're going to have packs coming out Friday. That means at least 8 more endgame cards, which means there's going to be a lot of shakeup in the market. Obviously, endgame buyouts have happened, but they haven't been consistent. I'm not 100% sure if we do have them right now. They've been kind of on and off. I didn't check before I clicked this. Right now, we do not, but I have been seeing them recently. And if you come into the endgame tab over here, you're going to see a lot of cards hovering just under 200,000, and a lot of them even close to 100,000. Luka's been close to 100. Dwayne Wade has been the card that has been hopping in and out of being buyouts. Jordan's been pretty low. Jokic isn't as expensive as I expected him to be. He is over 200,000, but he's not as expensive as I thought. I was thinking he was going to be kind of where Bull's at. Bull's around 300. So surprising that Jokic is as cheap as he is. But Bird's been ending close to 100. Pretty much any of the guards. Paul George still for some reason has held his value. Not 100% sure why there, because they're all the same card and there's plenty of other taller guards in the game. So I'm not 100% sure why he has held his value. Kevin Durant's held his value as well. But really, the main end games that have really stuck any type of value have been Bull, Giannis, and it seems like the Paul George and Kevin Durant. Other than that, Paolo Banchero has been a buyout. Tim Duncan, I've seen close to 100K as well. Shaq has held his value too. That's another one I kind of forgot about. But the Shaq card just doesn't have as much value to me because of the fact that his invincible is already so good that I just don't think that his end game is really worth it. Obviously, a really good card, but to pay extra from the invincible to the end game just doesn't really make much sense to me. But Dirk has been ending close to 100. Magic has been ending really close to 100. So yeah, it's just one of those things that a lot of these cards are really close to 100,000. And with, 4 more coming tomorrow, we got 4 more coming Friday. There's going to be a lot of these cards that are just going to end up becoming buyouts, which doesn't make them obviously, not worth anything. It just means that while they're not a buyout, now is going to be a great time to sell those. And getting into the invincibles, I'd say probably 90% of them at this point are already buyouts. Pretty much every invincible that drops in the new packs, unless he's something crazy, like if it was like a taco or something like that, pretty much any invincible that drops is going to go straight to being a buyout. The only invincible that I think is not worth selling is going to be Wembanyama. Beyond that, right now is going to be a great time to sell any invincible you have. As you see, Wembanyama is still ending over 1 million MT. This one does have 61 Hall of Fame badges, but I just don't think that's changing the price very much. Badging up an invincible is not really going to be your best option, but that's really the only card that's ending over anything worth it. Your Giannis's, your LeBrons, your Kobe's, those are still ending over 100,000. But I still think that those are just going to inch their way down, and eventually those are going to become buyouts too. So while they still have value, as you see, Kobe's at 125 with 40 minutes left. He'll probably end around 150, 200 is typically where those end. Same with Porzingis. Until Porzingis gets an endgame card, he'll still hold his value. But I still think that right now is going to be a great time to sell any invincible other than Wembanyama, because all the invincibles are going to keep going down. Wembanyama will, but he won't fall off the huge cliff that I think a lot of these invincibles are going to fall off. As you see, Petrovic came out, 3 days ago, and he's already 25,000. He's probably under 20 at this point. A lot of these invincibles you're going to see under 20,000 here in the coming week, and you're going to start seeing end games probably in the 70, 80,000 range by the time Friday comes. So if you are holding on to any end game cards, I'm going to go through my lineup and really wonder which of these cards need to go. Probably a good time for me to sell Jimmy and Magic. Although this Jimmy card's been such a beast, I don't know if I can sell him. But Magic, probably a good time to go. I might sell KD. I'm going to try to find some leaks and see if there's a card coming out that I think could crash Kevin Durant's price. But I personally think that everybody should sell KD. The only reason why I wouldn't is because, like I said, I have 350,000 MT. I'm not super in tuned on playing this game, so I'm not worried about really building my team. All I'm looking for at this point is a backup shooting guard and a backup power forward. Probably a backup center. Rick Smith is starting to get slightly outdated, but I still really like that card. I'm not really in any rush to change it. So I'd say that really for me, I don't need to sell cards, but I'll probably sell Magic and buy him back. Really good card. He's the same as every other end game. So, obviously he's a really good card, but I'll probably sell him, buy him back. But with the rest of these cards, just none of them are really going to hold their value. And then you come into just regular Dark Matters, unless they're part of a set that's giving you something crazy, or Wembanyama, none of these cards are really selling for much. Yao Ming is becoming a buyout. Obviously, Jokic is a really good card, but he is also part of a set for Manute Bol. So I do think that helps with keeping his value as high as it is, because he's ending pretty much around the same as the end game. So I do think that because he's part of the Manute Bol set, that's one of the cards that's being held up in price. I don't think he'd be above 100,000 personally if he wasn't part of that set. Obviously, Invincibles, all of the next cards are worthless, and really any regular Dark Matter that you see that's not part of a big time set is gonna be cheap, and there's not gonna really be anything that can change their price. Nothing's gonna make it go up. And really good cards, like honestly good cards, like this Tracy McGrady, I can put him in my triple threat lineup right now and not lose a game. Like, just an honest, really good card that's under 20,000. I think I've been seeing those T-Max closer to even 10,000. The Luka Doncic is a really good card. That David Robinson is still a really good card. These Dark Matters that they're dropping every week that have 40 Hall of Fame badges are really good. I've heard good things about the Pokasevsky card. I've heard really good things about the Verajal card that came out last week. Just a lot of these cards that are still really good and can make a team. Tim Thomas, 15,000. Is he as good as his hero card? No, but still a really, really solid card that is going to be close to 10,000 MT. And with all of these cards down here being so cheap, it just makes you wonder, is it really worth spending over 100,000 MT for any card? Because you take this Luka Doncic card, say you need a point guard, you want somebody who has a little bit of height to them, but you don't want to spend 100,000 MT. You can come through here. This Jimmy Butler card, a monster. This Ron Artest card, a monster. You can get this Jokic card, a monster. So just really a lot of these endgame cards are not worth what they're being sold for. And the more people realize that, the more that they're going to keep going down in price. And then on top of the fact that more cards are coming out, more endgames, better, taller point guards are going to keep coming out. Like, we could honestly see a point guard Manute Bol or a point guard Yao Ming. Like, this is not out of the realm with 2K. Anything that's going to make 2K money is a possibility. And if they dropped a point guard Manute Bol, everybody's spending $50 on that card. And with the way 2K is, like I said, we are at the point in the game where they are going to try to squeeze out every last dollar they can before this game means absolutely nothing to them. But with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys are hitting that like button and that sub button on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We're going to get there. Daily uploads will be back in due time when the game is actually interesting, meaning when 2K24 comes out. We might even have some park content coming out if park is actually good. Don't hold your breath, though. It'll probably just be my team like it has been the last couple years. But with that being said, I'm out.